Well, he sent me a brilliantly named screenplay. He sent Eric and me a brilliantly named script called Tim and Time. And for some reason, everybody else wanted to change the title. I don't know why, but I thought it was a brilliant title, that one. And so there was quite a big hint in the title that it was going to be about. There was going to be a time travel element to it. And in fact, when he spoke to us about the idea originally, that was the central premise. But it was always stated and pitched and discussed as being the smallest time travel film ever made, basically, and that was a device to make the emotional point, as it were. The premise of the movie is that is really about leading our lives in the best way that we possibly can and enjoying what's in front of us, and that what we've got is a pretty good set of cards if we look at it in a certain light, and it's looking at your life in that sort of light. And so the time travel device is used to make that point, really, which is if you have the ability to relive moments in your life, because it's only going backwards time travel that one's able to do, and it's only going backwards inside one's own life with a lot of rules attached to that, is that in the course of time, is if you've led your life properly in the first place, there's no need to use that device. Fiona Weir, who casts the picture, and I, right from the beginning, were pretty keen on Donal playing the part. And that because I think he's a brilliant young actor. He's not been exposed hugely. He does absolutely have the ability to be extremely dramatic and very funny, which is a very unique and unusual quality in an actor and an ability in an actor. And also, I felt very much that in terms of Richard doing a screenplay that had familiarities about it in terms of his work and all the rest of it, that it was very important to have an ingredient in the movie which was completely different and totally set it apart from the previous romantic comedies, and particularly the Hugh Grant romantic comedies. So with that in mind, as we started to go through the casting process, and poor Rich, the first time he met Donal, or the first several times he met Donal, he had very long hair and a big bushy ginger beard, so he found it very difficult to imagine that this guy could possibly be the young man that he had in mind for the movie. But he stuck with it. He saw various other people. Luckily, Anna Karenina and its reshoots came to an end, so Donal was able to have a shave and a haircut, and I think that bagged it for him. The thing about Rachel, there are two things actually, is that is in terms of her playing the part, I think we did really luck out, because there were various other people who had the part and then for various reasons couldn't do it, and so on and so forth. So she came in actually quite late in the event. But as Richard says, he's right, is that we didn't ever imagine that she'd say yes, which is the only reason we hadn't gone to her in the first place. But she is absolutely perfect for it, because she has that great girl next door quality. She has that beauty. She has that humour and wit. But she also has that ability as an actress, and some actors have this, of whoever she's playing against, she makes them look great. Meg Ryan had it when she was, doing all of her big romantic films, because she just got that sort of lovely, lovely quality. He and I both often say is that the successful British films are usually films that are very honest to themselves and to a specific area, like or class or culture. So like Billy Elliot, very successful film about a specific small microcosm of our society. Full Monty, similarly, and all the rest of it. And actually, Richard's films are too, because they're very honest to that. People may not like it, whatever. But because they're very honest emotionally about that W11, if you want to call it that, group of people and emotions and all the rest of it, is they're believable, and you believe that these people exist, and but what they're going through then transcends and speaks to a much broader audience. It's totally misrepresentative of England, in actual fact, because in the rainiest summer that we've ever had, we seem to manage to find the 3 weeks where the sun shone every single day when we were in Cornwall. So there is this idyllic um, quality to the movie. I made the mistake of not buying a house there before we started. Apparently that's what David Lean always used to do, is he'd buy a house where he knew he was going to shoot, because he knew that if the film was a hit, it would double in value.